If meditation has never worked for you, I want you to stop blaming yourself because the problem might not be that you're bad at meditation. The problem might be part that your nervous system is asking for something completely different. You sit down, you close your eyes, you try to clear your mind, and within seconds, you're thinking about your emails, your children, your to do list, that awkward conversation from 3 years ago, and suddenly you're even more stressed than before you started. So you conclude meditation, just isn't for me. But what if that's not true? What if meditation didn't fail you? What if nobody taught you how to prepare your body for stillness? Because here's what I believe most high achieving people aren't struggling with meditation because they lack discipline. They're struggling because they're trying to meditate with a nervous system that's stuck in survival mode. And asking a survival driven nervous system to suddenly stop and become peaceful is like asking a car traveling 200 kilometers an hour to stop instantly. And that's not how our physiology works. Today, I'm going to show you why breathwork coaching often succeeds where meditation alone doesn't. We'll explore the science, the nervous system, and the missing piece that many people never realize until they experience it for themselves. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your inability to meditate may actually have nothing to do with your mind at all. Here's something that might surprise you. I don't believe most people need better meditation techniques. I actually believe they need nervous system preparation. We're actually creating a culture that tells people just sit quietly, just be present, just clear your mind. But imagine telling someone whose smoke detector is going off every few seconds to simply ignore the noise. Their attention isn't the problem, the alarm is. And for many people, that's exactly what's happening internally. Their body is sending signals of stress. Their breathing has become shallow. Their muscles are braced. Their nervous system is scanning constantly for danger. Their brain is prioritizing survival. Then they sit down to meditate and wonder why they can't relax. Of course they can't. It's physiology. The body is speaking louder than the mind. And this is where breathwork coaching changes everything. Stay with me because breathwork doesn't begin with the mind, it begins with the body. It works from the bottom up, not the top down. And for many overwhelmed women, executives, leaders, entrepreneurs, and even caregivers, that changes everything. Let's talk about what's actually happening. Your brain and body are constantly exchanging information. Every heartbeat, every breath, every sensation, your nervous system is collecting data and asking one question: am I safe right now? Am I safe right now? Most people think stress lives in their thoughts, but stress often lives in physiology. Think about the executive who's constantly multitasking, the entrepreneur who's solving problems all day, the mother who never truly gets a moment alone, the caregiver who is always tending to everyone's needs. They may physically be moving or stop moving, but internally, their system is still running. The engine is still revving quite high. And meditation asks you to observe your thoughts. Breath work helps you regulate the system, creating those thoughts. Huge difference. Don't you agree? One is observation, the other is intervention, and both have value, but they serve different purposes. It's very similar to trying to calm a crying baby if you've ever had experience doing this. You can tell the baby everything is okay, but until the nervous system feels safe, the crying continues. Trust me. Your body works the same way. Let's get a little nerdy. As you know, I love my science. One of the reasons why breathwork coaching can be so powerful is because breathing is one of the few functions in your body that is both automatic, and voluntary. Think about that. Your heart beats automatically, the digestion happens without you even knowing it, but breathing, you can consciously influence it. And when you do, you create direct pathway into the autonomic nervous system, the nervous system responsible for stress, recovery, focus, emotion, resilience. When you're breathing actually becomes rapid and shallow, guess what? The brain will interpret that as potential threat. When breathing becomes slower and more efficient, the brain receives signals that conditions are improving. This affects heart rate variability, vagal tone, emotional regulation, focus, cognitive flexibility, and recovery. This is why so many people leave breathwork the session saying, I feel different. I feel lighter. I feel more clear. Not because they thought differently, because their physiology shifted first. The body became the doorway, and that's often what meditation resistant people have been missing. Now, let's talk about what happens if you ignore this, because this isn't just about stress. This is about how you live your life. When your nervous system stays chronically activated, you become more reactive, more impatient, more emotionally exhausted, more likely to interpret neutral situations as threatening. Decision making suffers, your creativity shrinks, relationships feel harder. You become less available to the people you love, not because you don't care, because your internal resources are depleted. And here's the heartbreaking part: many people spend years, sometimes their entire life, believing they're broken, believing they're weak, believing they lack discipline, when the truth is their nervous system has simply never been taught how to regulate efficiently. Imagine spending 10 years trying to force yourself into calmness when your body has been quietly asking for a different approach all along. So let's do something together here. No pressure, no perfection, no need to empty your mind. Simply notice. Place both feet on the ground, relax your jaw, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale through your nose for the count of 4. And then we're going to pause briefly and then exhale through the nose, preferably to the count of 8. Let's begin. In 2, 3, 4, pause 2. In, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale 2, 3, 4, pause 2. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue for a couple more rounds and just notice something. Did your thoughts disappear? Probably not. And that's okay. That's not the goal. The goal is to create a physiological shift, a change in state, a change in chemistry, a change in the conversation between your brain and your body. This is why breathwork coaching can feel so different from meditation. Let's do one last round together. In 2, 3, 4, pause 2. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't have to force yourself into stillness. You create the conditions that allow stillness to emerge naturally. Now, here's something really important. Breathwork and breathwork coaching aren't exactly the same thing. Breathwork is the tool. Coaching is the integration. A skilled coach helps identify your breathing habits, your stress patterns, your emotional triggers, your nervous system tendencies, the places where your physiology may be working against you. Because sometimes people don't need another technique. They need awareness, they need guidance, they need someone helping them connect the dots. And that's where transformation often happens, not during breathing itself, but it understanding what the breathing is revealing. So, is breathwork coaching worth it if meditation never worked for you? In many cases, absolutely. Not because breathwork is better than meditation, but because it may be the bridge that helps you to access the benefits you've been searching for all along. So, this week, I want to challenge you to try something new. Before checking your phone in the morning, take 3 minutes, only 3. Sit quietly, lengthen your exhales, observe your body, how it feels afterward. Not your thoughts, your body. Notice the sensations that you feel during the breath work and after, Because transformation often begins when we ask and stop, how do I control my mind? And we want to actually ask, what is my nervous system trying to tell me? Because our brain is actually built to have thoughts and to think of thoughts and to do the thing that we wanted to stop doing. So guess what? It's not going to happen. So the most powerful leaders I know don't actually lead from a constant effort. They lead from regulation, from presence, from clarity, from an internal system that knows how to recover, just like elite athletes. And that changes everything, my beautiful people. It really does. So if meditation has never worked for you, maybe that's not a sign you failed. Maybe it's a simple piece of information. Maybe it's your body that has been asking for something different, a different doorway. I'd love to hear from you. Comment below, have you ever felt like meditation just wasn't your thing? It wasn't going to work for you. And if you've experienced breath work, tell us what's shifted. In this video, how I help you see yourself differently. So share it with someone who thinks they're bad at meditation. They may simply need a different path. And remember, your breath isn't just keeping you alive, it's teaching you how to live. I'll see you next time. The Breathwork Barista. Ciao for now.